Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Zakia Elyoubi and I'm from Cafe Clock Team Fez. Welcome to Word Storytelling Cafe. First, I want to thank so much Word Storytelling Cafe for this opportunity to tell stories in this hard time. And I want to encourage you to listen to all the stories and the storytellers in this website of Word Storytelling Cafe. And my story for today is called The Sultan, because we have a lot of sultans. There was once upon a time, a long, very, very long time ago, a sultan who decided to go out early in the morning to check on his city. So he called the first minister and told him to wear normal clothes. So they wore normal jalabas and went out to check on the city. So they went early in the morning, they walked around, everyone was still asleep basically. So they went to this place called Safari and they found everything is closed except an old man who was inside his shop watering a plant. So the first minister and the sultan stopped there, and the sultan was talking to the first minister, telling him, let's go talk to that old man who's watering a plant. And the first minister say, why would we bother him, your majesty? He's an old man just opening his shop. I mean, it's meaningless to go and talk to him. The sultan got angry and said, well, you don't know from who you get the wisdom, and he's an old man. Let's go and talk to him. Just follow me. So he followed him and went. The first minister and the sultan said Salaam alaikum to the old man who was watering a plant. Looked up and he put the water away, the plant away, said Wa alaikum assalam. Can I help you? Would you like to buy anything from my shop? No, we actually just want to ask you some questions, the sultan said. Of course, feel free. Well, I want to ask you about the twins. The old man said, the twins? Well, they are no longer twins. They added another one with them. Oh, the sultan said. Well, what about the group? The group is no longer a group. They already separated and everyone went to its place. Oh, what about the far? Well, the old man said, well, the far has become near and close. Oh, well, are you indebted? Of course I am. I am indebted. I borrowed and I'm giving back. Oh, my last question for you, and I'm not going to bother you anymore, is do you know how to rip off? Of course I know how to rip off if you know how to tie up. So the Sultan thanked him a lot and said, thank you so much. It was very nice from you to give us some of your time. And they left him. The first minister did not understand anything. So he talked to the Sultan, saying, Your Majesty, what was that conversation about? Well, the Sultan looked at him and said, You don't understand what we said? No, Your Majesty, it was all riddles for me. That easy conversation with that old man you couldn't understand, and you call yourself First Minister? Okay, I'm giving you a chance. You have 1 hour to bring me all the answers of those questions. If not, your head will be cut off your body because you don't deserve to be the First Minister. He was terrified, but he had to bring the answers, so he went back to that old man. He went to his shop and he said, Salaam alaikum. Alaikum salam, the old man answered. Said, well, I want to ask you about the conversation you had with my friend earlier. Oh, you think I'm free here? I'm just sitting waiting people to come and ask and I'm going to answer questions? Oh, please, please, I really want to know the answers of all the questions. Okay, if you really want that, then you have to give me 5 dinars for each question. And your friend has asked me 5 questions. He said, of course I'll give you the 5 golden dinars. It doesn't matter, just tell me the answers. So, okay, what was the first question? He said, my friend asked you, I guess, about the twins. Yes, he asked me about the twins, and by the twins he meant my legs. My legs. When I was young, I had a strong legs that I would run with them, walk with them, but now I added a stick to them, so they're no longer twins. They are 3 now. I can't walk without this stick. Oh, he said, okay. What about the second question? Well, was it about the group? What about the group? Well, the money first. So he gave him 5 golden dinars and said, okay. So he asked him about the group. And the group is my teeth. When I was young, I had all my teeth in. But now, as you can see, I have only one here, and the rest are gone. Oh, yes, right. Okay, here's another 5 golden dinars. What about... he asked you about the fur. Oh, yes, your friend asked me about the fur. The fur, he was talking about my sight. When I was young, I used to see far away up the hill, and that did not bother me. But now, if I don't get things close to me, I can't see it. That's why the far has become near. Oh, you're right. Okay, here is another 5 golden dinars. And what about... He asked you if you are indebted? Oh, yes, I am. The meaning of that question is I am indebted to my parents who have given me, I borrowed from them, so they've given me till I grow. And now I am giving back by giving to my children to grow. And the cycle keeps going. Oh, yes, you're right. Okay. What about the rip-off thing? I couldn't understand that. Oh, you stupid. Okay, money first. So he gave him the money and said, well, your friend has tied you up and I ripped you off with all the money you've given me. And the First Minister felt how stupid he was and how dumb to think that old man is not that wise, but he was not that wise. So before leaving him, he said, you're an old man, and I've seen you watering a plant when we came first with my friend. Do you think you're going to eat the fruit of that plant? Well, my son, listen. They planted and we ate. We will plant and they will eat from it. And the First Minister felt the wisdom of that man and gave him another 5 golden dinars and went to the Sultan and said, well, here is the answer of all the questions. The Sultan laughed at him and said, how much did he took from you? He said he took 5 golden dinars from each question. And the Sultan gave him more money to give to that old man. And he said to the First Minister, well, learn that you should keep learning and not belittling anyone, whether they're old or young. Everyone has something to learn from. And that was the end of my story, ladies and gentlemen. Till next time, be sane, be safe. And before, I want to tell you just about my jalaba. Actually, it's not my jalaba, it's my father's jalaba. So these jalabas are for men, and it has a hoodie, like you can see. Normally men and women both would go with jalabas, but different. For men, basically it's white. There are other colors, but the basic one is white. But for women, they have all kinds of colors for jalabas. And also we wear them, the jalabas, on holidays, like the big holiday, like Muslims holidays, because they are nice, as you can see. So thank you, everyone. Be sane, be safe. Till next time. Take care.
Isn't it wonderful that we can travel to Marrakesh? And the tellers from the Clock Cafe, where storytelling has been going on for a few years now. And we can listen to those tellers, but those tellers don't have the benefit of social security or anything else. So whatever you put in the hat will go directly to the tellers from the Clock Cafe. And we appreciate you listening to the stories. Now, if you can afford it, show your appreciation by dropping a little in the hat for those wonderful tellers from the Clock Cafe in the Casbah.